everyone. Again, I'm going to assume that the video has started because with the way my setup works, I can't never really tell. But I think that it has started. So hey, how are y'all doing? So I've got a few things I want to talk about today. One important thing that I've been promising you, which will come at the end of the video. Okay, so you got to listen to the first part of it first. The first part is kind of my feelings on something that I came across today. So I belong to several groups, all kinds of groups, for all kinds of things, for cooking. I mean, just all kinds of things. So I was in one of my groups today, and several people were lamenting about how they had fallen off the wagon or fallen off the programs throughout the holidays, and they were just having a really tough time getting back on. They were wondering how were they going to do that, right? I mean, what could they do to get back on? And it was such a struggle, and we were calling it the struggle bus, right? And most people were really nice to them. Some people were kind of like, not so nice. But most people were pretty nice to him and everything. But it really got me to thinking about how easy I have it, how easy my program is, how easy I'm losing the weight, and how easy I follow this lifestyle, and just the holidays were easy. My life is easy, just how easy it is. And I thought, it doesn't have to be a struggle. There was one girl on there who's been in maintenance a year, and she said, I struggle every day. And I thought, holy crap. I wouldn't want that. I'm not made for that, because if I had to struggle every single day to try to meet my goals, or maintain my goals, I would fall out again. And I think that in the past, that's why I've lost 100 pounds over and over again. We've talked about this before, right? Probably 1,000 pounds in my lifetime, 100 at a time. And the reoccurring theme in all that is that it always was a struggle. It was never easy, and I could not maintain the steady fight. Because if you have to struggle every day, it's like you're fighting every day. It's like you have to get up in the morning, you have to gird yourself with your armor, and you have to go, all right, the fight's on. Am I gonna win today, or am I not? Am I gonna fall off the wagon, or am I not? Or do I have a program, or do I not? Do I have a lifestyle, or do I not? Does that make sense? Okay, so why don't I struggle? Why is this so easy for me? Because I'm 60 years old and it took until now. So it's not like, oh, it was always going to be easy. It always should have been easy. You just weren't doing it right or something like that. That's not what it was. Because I've tried everything. I've been everywhere, and I've done every doctor thing, every medical thing, everything out there. Oh my God, I've done it all, right? And I did it correctly because I'm an all or nothing person. Like, I just started exercising 7 days ago. I've exercised for 7 days. I had a stroke and I'm recovering, and I'm just getting to that part, but still it's funny that, I'm all or nothing. That's just the way I am. So every program or everything I ever tried, I gave it everything. They did not work for me. I always bounced right back up, usually higher than I was. I'm not going to blame the programs per se. What I'm going to say is that was not my magic bullet. Okay, they were not. And I've even, back before I was vegan, I tried the carnivore keto thing, and keto worked a little bit. It worked a little bit, but it didn't last, and it didn't stay off. Okay, so that was not my answer. Okay, so when I decided to go vegan low carb, and it was funny because everybody's going, "Oh my God, you're doing vegan keto," and I know we call it veto, and vegan keto, but it's not keto because we don't do high alarming amounts of fats. We're not doing tons of oils. We do avocados, we do green olives, we do tahini sauce. We do fats. Some people do peanut butter. I can't have peanut butter because I'm a peanut butter addict, so there's no peanut butter for me. But we do fats, but we do healthy fats. And there are some fats in the vegan foods that we choose to use on our low carb vegan diet. Like I don't know, the Beyond sausages. My husband loves them. They have fats in them. So it's not like we don't get any fats. We're just not like trying to shovel in the fats. We're not trying to make our macros like really high in fats. And we also don't go alarmingly high in protein, because I'm of the belief that we don't need a shit ton of protein. That's just my own scientific research has led me to believe that we only have 28 grams bioavailable to us when we eat it. You can eat 40 grams, it's not going to hurt you really. I mean, the thing is that if you get too much protein for your body to actually metabolize, it raises your insulin. And most people don't know that protein actually has an effect on your insulin. So anyway, that's just my own little thing. Okay, so look, I don't do high protein, I don't do high fat, and I don't do high carb. So what am I eating? What am I doing, right? Here's where the magic came in for me. Here was the magic. And when I tell you what all the magic has done, hopefully you'll see what I mean by here is the magic. Here it is, right? Okay, so there's a doctor, Dr. Esselstyn, who showed some pictures of a person that had a plugged artery, and 2 or 3 years later, after eating a shit ton of greens and doing the vegan diet, it had cleansed itself. It had, there was no more buildup there, right? I was fascinated because I have buildup in my right carotid artery, and it scares the crap out of me because I've had a stroke, and I want to fix that myself with my diet, right? So I decided that I was going to make greens the main part of who I am and what I do in my diet. Now I did not know all of the power of greens. I did not know what was fixing to come at me. I did not know this magic. But I know it now, and because I know it, I will never be overweight again. I'm going to weigh myself constantly. I'm going to show you guys myself. This channel will stay here if for no other reason than me to show you that this worked and that I found this magic thing. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so I designed my program, my little plan for myself. 6 cups of greens, and it was baby arugula, or it is baby arugula, baby kale, and baby spinach. And there's a reason for each one of those. They all have something in them that I wanted. Okay, vitamin K2. They just all have things I want, and that's it. And I chopped that salad up really good because 6 cups of this stuff is like really huge, right? So I chop it down and make it into a salad. And I started using lemon juice as my fresh lemon, a half of a lemon every single day. I always have a drawer full of them. I squeeze it all over them. Something about the vitamin C helps all of the vitamins in these greens become totally bioavailable to your body in a way that nothing else does. And the power is freaking okay. It's amazing. That's all I'm gonna say for now. It's just amazing. Okay, and then around that, I was cook up a bunch of zucchini. Now, I have to have some cooked vegetables because I'm that person. I would have cooked broccoli, cooked a big pile of cooked broccoli. I'd have cooked zucchini, cooked asparagus, cooked Brussels sprouts, or I'd have some raw peppers, raw cucumbers. But I try to stick with everything green bell peppers, green onions. I mean, my plate's smothered in greens. I've got pictures that I can show you. I have an Instagram account. You can go there and see some of them. I love the greens now, right? And I'm going to tell you that I spent my whole life not liking vegetables. I am that person. My plate was always brown food. It was always brown food. I'm embarrassed to admit it. I made myself eat a salad, dinner salad now and then, but thought I was really doing something too. Hated broccoli, would not eat broccoli. Oh my God, I hated broccoli. Hated Brussels sprouts, would not eat those. Hated cabbage. Now I love cabbage. Oh, it's one of my favorites. Hated all that stuff. And now I eat so many vegetables, it freaks my husband out. Totally freaks him out. I eat anywhere from 8 to 12 servings of vegetables a night, and usually 12, sometimes 13, and it has been all the way up to 14. Okay, so that's 3/4 of my plate is greens, right? And then I have my protein. I have my 28, 30, sometimes 40 grams of protein. I try not to go that high personally, but I have my protein sitting there. I'll make myself something like I love mushrooms. Oh, I love them so much. And I'll make a big pan full of them because when you cook them down, it's not that much. And I'll make like this kind of a gravy sauce in there, and I'll just put that on my plate. I'll just eat that. I love that, So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my plate. And people go, and you're full, you're satisfied, you're not having dressing on your salad. And I usually have a half avocado every single day because what I do is I make that big plate of food. I'll eat a few bites of it at like around 12 noon, and then I'll eat the rest of it before 4 o'clock because my cutoff time is 4 every day. And yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Lately, I have not even been finishing my plate. When I decided to eat smaller, like a smaller person would eat, my stomach got smaller and I can't eat like I used to. This is what eating like this has done for me. I haven't had a binge in over a year and 2 months. It's been a year and 2 months now. I have not had a single binge. That's the longest I've went since I was about 9 or 10 without binging. Pretty proud of myself. I was even a binger when I was pregnant. I'm sad to say that, but I was. I was a binge eater even then. So I have not had a binge in a year and 2 months. I hardly ever even think about food when it's not my eating window or my eating time and stuff. I don't even really think about food. I get so much done now. It's amazing. I had to go today and run around for like 2 hours doing all these errands where I was carrying heavy things in and out of places. I was delivering things, dropping things off. It was amazing. I can't even believe how I felt, how good I felt. I mean, sometimes I look at this and I go, this is my life. I'm telling you guys, I don't food focus. I have what's called food freedom. I'm actually going to write a book called Food Freedom in the Binge because I really believe that when I tell you that eating your greens, whether you like them or not, and if you have to have salad dressing on them, then make yourself some homemade ranch, you know, vegan preferably. This is a vegan channel. You know, if you're not vegan and you're still looking for a way to low carb and lose weight, try the greens. Try the greens, right? Try the greens. I mean, I'm telling you, because there's so much power and magic in them that you will be stunned. They cause you to lose your cravings for everything. You will literally lose your I mean, just a few weeks ago, I was craving potato chips. I was craving popcorn. I mean, I wasn't eating it, but I was wanting it. You know, it was going through my mind often. Um, I mean, I still had total control. I was still on my program. Everything was still going fine. But I was thinking about potato chips and things like that, right? Now I'm like, I don't think about any of that stuff. I don't. And then I also gave up sugar completely, like every gram of sugar. Somebody told me the other day, well, actually yesterday, she said, well, you can't give up every gram of sugar unless you give up all processed food. And I said, well, pretty much that's how I live my life. I pretty much don't eat processed food. I check every single. I came home when I first decided that me and my husband were going to give up sugar. I went through our refrigerator, through our cupboards, through everything in this house. I got rid of everything. If it said it had 1 gram of sugar, it was gone. And I got rid of some of our favorites. I think I've talked about this before. So yes, we are sugar free. I don't get food out. I don't drink coffee out of our home. I make my own coffee. I don't drink sodas or anything. I drink coffee and water. That's it. So I don't eat out. We don't eat out. We're not those people. We like our own cooking and we like to eat at home. So yeah, I'm not getting any sugar. I promise you that I have not had sugar since before Thanksgiving. Okay, so you can believe that or not. I mean, it's up to you, but I don't eat sugar. And I'm telling you, giving up sugar, period, when I first went low carb was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life because I was such a sugaraholic. I used to have a keto dessert every single night after dinner. I haven't had one in weeks since I started eating all the greens. I don't even want my little keto desserts anymore. Kind of miss them, but I'm not hungry for them. So there's my secret, and there's I'm telling you, you don't have to be on the struggle bus, and that's how I'm going to tell you you can get off the struggle bus if you're willing to try it. If you're willing to try it, it's going to change your life. Make a deal with yourself. I'm going to do this for 30 days and see what it changes and see what happens. 30 days, you'll be amazed. Okay, so I was going to talk about something else, but this video is so much even longer. It's 11 minutes, and I did not mean to make a video that long, but I'm going to make another one, and I'll put it up in a day or two. I'm going to make this one all its own, okay? Because the other one's going to be a little more detailed and stuff, and it's going to make this one twice as long. Nobody wants that. I'm not somebody that likes to watch really long videos, and I'm assuming you guys all don't either. So that's it for today. I just wanted to talk about that. You don't have to struggle. You know, you can get off the struggle bus. You can. You know, just pile on them greens, baby. Eat them greens. And if you can do it with lemon juice, even if you have to hide the lemon juice under your dressing or whatever, the lemon juice activates the greens. Do it together. All right. Bye, everybody. Ciao. See you next time.